Hey, what's up, YouTube? All right, today, first of all, thanks for tuning in to this video that I'm making today on how I split my firewood and get it ready to burn inside the house. So thanks for tuning in, O'Neil Adventures channel. If you like the video, you learned something, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, so you'll get notified when I drop some of these videos. But today I'm in my backyard and I got several types of wood today that I'm going to be showing you and giving you some tips on, how they burn, the qualities of the wood, how they split, and if they're good for burning inside your house. So if you haven't gotten into burning firewood and you have a fireplace, if you haven't gotten into that, you're missing out, especially now with inflation and the price of everything being so high. Take advantage of the natural resources we have available and, get into burning firewood. But there's always a science to it. So that's what I'm going to share with you today, these next couple videos. So around here, we burn a lot of firewood. We got a lot of trees. Take you around a little bit. I got a couple things going on today. I'm gonna split some firewood. Show you what I got on the grill though, because after I get done splitting, gotta eat. Got a pork butt. Roast them, smoke them. But I'll tell you about that on another video. That's not for today. But so man, like I said, we burn a lot of wood out here. You guys maybe seen the video that I was hauling at. I said it was a white oak, but it wasn't a white oak. It was what's called a tulip poplar. Still a great, pretty good wood to burn in your fireplace. But we got a fire pit out here that we that we burn. It's just great, open fire. Show you some more wood that I got. This is a cherry wood that I got stored up in my barn. This is another hardwood that burns long and burns well. Some good cherry wood. But today I'm talking about 3 different types of wood. 3. I'm gonna show you what those are. Split a little bit, show you how easy, how hard these different this wood is. So if you stay tuned, you'll learn something about preparing, when is wood really seasoned. Show you what I'm gonna use to test the moisture level in wood. Because when a wood is seasoned, in terms of how long it takes, really depends on what type of wind you get, depends on how much sun the wood is exposed to. So a couple of different factors. Some people, if you Google it, may say, okay, well, a walnut may take 12 months, may take 2 years, but it depends. So that's why I'm going to show you what I'm going to use to test the moisture level in a wood. And then I'm going to show you how the wood actually burns once it's properly seasoned. So let me show you what I got. First of all, I got this wood. If you're looking for wood to burn in your fireplace, you should never buy it. The only reason you have to buy firewood, even if you don't have land, that doesn't matter. The only reason you should ever have to buy firewood is if you weren't on your job and getting prepared for the winter. Because trees are always being cut. People who cut down trees, they're always looking for someone to give the wood to so that they don't have to pay to dump it. So that's how I found this wood, right? So I'm gonna show you what I got here, and then I'm gonna start splitting some. Right here I have some sycamore, right? I never burned sycamore, and I'll give you the details about it once I'm splitting. This wood right here is actually a mulberry tree, another hardwood. I actually got mulberry trees here. You know those trees that got the little berries on them, black and red and what have you. It's actually a good firewood to burn, but I'm gonna tell you again about the pros and cons. So this is actually some mulberry wood that I've stacked up already. Okay, so that's gonna go into the fire pit. All right, so I got sycamore, I got mulberry. This wood here is actually called like a chickapin hickory. It's a type of hickory. And then I have, this is a maple. So actually that's four types of wood here that I'm gonna be showing you, giving you some details on how they split, how they burn, moisture content now, moisture content right before I get ready to season, or I'm sorry, right before I get ready to burn. So stay tuned. This should be a good video for you. I had to do a little research, but again, I have maple, mulberry, that's two, sycamore, and what's called a chickapin hickory. All right, so stay tuned. I'm also going to be showing you what I stack my firewood on. All right, so these are little crates that I get. People throw these things away, businesses. They make excellent little pallets for storing your firewood on. And that's what I have this stored on. The other thing is you can buy these metal rods. I did before I really got educated. But why do that when you can make your own, right? Your own braces for your wood. So here I got some 2x4s that I picked up in these subdivisions where they're building houses. Another tip, they're always throwing away good wood. They call it scrap, I call it perfect lumber. This here is a perfect 2x4, 8 foot long, nothing wrong with it. They throw this stuff away by the tons. I've gotten so much good wood that I just store up and use for stuff like this. So I'll show you how I'm gonna brace this pallet up in preparation for storing my firewood, stacking my firewood on. Okay, I know it's a long intro, but hopefully this video is gonna be interesting to you. Stay tuned. O'Neill Adventures. I'm about to get to splitting. All right. So as you can see, this sycamore, I've had this wood, that sycamore was has been cutting rounds for about a month, right? About a month. And you probably can get a feel for what you saw. It's extremely difficult to split. Extremely difficult. So what I'm gonna do with that, I'm gonna let that dry out just in rounds for a couple more months. It's gonna be a minute before this wood is able to be burned. So far, I'm gonna see, but because it's hard to split, I'm not really feeling the sycamore. So, if it can split easier, then yeah, I'll get it split, let it sit 6, 8, whatever it takes. But right now it's very difficult to split, so I can't waste all my time messing around trying to get through it. So I'm gonna move on. This mulberry is very simple to split. I'm gonna get some maple, show you some of that maple being split, and then that chicken pin hickory. So I got a lot of wood to get split, and all this stuff is maple in here. Had it in my trailer with the door shut. Don't do that. Moisture buildup. That air has to get wood. It's already moist for all the water content in it. Don't store it in anything where it's not getting fresh air. So otherwise it's gonna start to mold. Shouldn't hurt the wood, but you don't want to keep it in there. So all right, this is how I'm doing it. I'll bring you guys along. Thanks for watching. This wood here, that's that chicken pin hickory. It's been sitting out in that sun, so that's gonna be drying out pretty good. 6 months, 8 months, I don't know. We'll see. We'll put that moisture meter on it. But I'm gonna bring you guys along because you're gonna see how I stack my wood up. All right, I got this row here that I'm gonna build out. I'll show you how I do that. Put another one right here, and probably another one right here. This over here is an old one that I'm gonna burn. Right, this wood here should be about ready to go this season. So that's what it looks like. I'm doing what I like to do right now out here. I got some meat on the grill, but I got to get to work. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching O'Neal Adventure. Leave a comment. You got some advice, some tips on different types of wood that's good to burn in the inside in your fireplace. Leave me a comment. All right, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Let me show you what I got split up, and then give you some details about this the different types of wood that that I got here. So here's what I got done, and this is the mulberry. Mulberry is again another type of hardwood, and so that's what I split up so far. So let me give you a few tips about this mulberry wood, pros and cons. All right. So first of all, this mulberry wood produces good heat, and it coals up really good. So top tier firewood produces between 25 and 30 BTUs per cord of wood, right? Mulberry wood produces 25.8 BTUs. So that's the amount of heat that you get per cord of wood. So just think of that in terms of the amount of heat that you're going to get when you're burning this mulberry wood. The other pro to this is you can actually smoke meat with this wood. All right. So what I did, because it has a sweet smell, and kind of smells pretty good. But I split these little pieces up like this so that I can use it to smoke with. Right, I smoke a lot of meat and stuff, so I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna tell you what it tastes like. So kind of akin to applewood, but So that's another pro to mulberry wood. You can smoke with it, sweet flavor, get into your meat. Don't have to buy wood chips and stuff like that. So that's one, in terms of the amount of heat. Two, you can smoke with it. The third thing is it's easy to split. So you kind of saw that as I was splitting this wood. It's pretty easy to split. Not like that sycamore, which is, so far I give it an F, the sycamore, in terms of splitting with it. But I'm gonna reserve my final judgment on it. I'm gonna give it a chance to kind of dry out in these rounds here. Give it a chance, maybe a couple months to dry out a little more, because right now it's super green. So so that's the mulberry. I'm gonna finish splitting that up. Probably won't stack it today, but the con to the mulberry wood, and I know this from experience, when you burn it inside your house, it generates sparks. So again, it's gonna give out good heat, it's gonna cold good, but you must enclose your fireplace. Put a screen or what have you, put a screen up, something, because those sparks will get out and burn your carpet or whatever. So that's a con, you know. My dad used to call it popping wood. So that's a disadvantage of it. You can overcome that though. So I'm not gonna rule it out, especially because I got a good amount of it. So I'm gonna use it, but you just got to be aware that's it's gonna spark up, especially before it gets really burnt down and cold up. Once it gets cold up, you're good, but up until that point, it's gonna generate some sparks. So, all right, so that's the mulberry wood, and here's a little update on this. What I got cooking. You know, you splitting wood, you gotta have something good in the grill. So we got some chicken breast. I got a pork butt. This video isn't about this, but you know, thought I'd give you a little sneak peek of what I do after I work hard. Gotta have a good meal. This is like my third pork butt that I cooked on this Kamado Joe. I have to make a video about that because I've gotten pretty good at it. But this isn't a Kamado Joe or cooking video. This is a firewood splitting video. All right, so next up will be the maple wood. So I'll give you some details on that firewood coming up next. All right, later.